All right, hello everyone. So my next video is supposed to be on starting to teach you how to create and delete databases. And in the first video where I showed you how to get ready for this class, I was telling you to download and install XAMPP or XAMPP. And it was working fine for me when I was doing all the practice exercises before this class. And now when I started to record, um, I start getting an error message saying that MySQL has quit unexpectedly or shut down unexpectedly. And so instead of trying to figure it out off camera, I figured I would try to figure it out on camera in case any of you are having the same issue that you can figure it out. So I hope that this works. This website has given me useful information before, so I'm going to try to follow this now. I'm going to show you the steps I'm going to try to follow to resolve this problem. I'm also going to share the link. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to Google something else until I get this working. Okay. So actually, let me try to show you what the error is before I try to show you the solution. So first, let me do this. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I just realized that I did not add this correctly. Okay, here we go, my bad. So this is what's happening when, this is the control panel for XAMPP. And when I try to start everything, I get an error message. So I'm going to show you what happens. First I start the Apache server, which, fine, that seems to work just fine. Then when I hit the start button for MySQL, it looks like it's starting, and then I get this message. It says all of this, that it shut down unexpectedly. And apparently this is like a common error because I went and just copied this first line of the error message into Google search and I searched for it, and there's like a ton of responses for how to fix it. So this website here is one that I've used before for other stuff, so I decided to just open this and see if following any of the steps here, because there's apparently 3 methods and hopefully one of these 3 work, right? So now I'll tell you that I've already tried one method and I already know that doesn't work, but I'm going to tell you what that is. So I usually skip over all this extra stuff that I don't need to know, and I want to get right to the point. So how to fix the error MySQL shut down unexpectedly. The first solution, it says, is to run XAMPP using administrator privileges. So I have tried that. And just so you know, the way to do that is when you start XAMPP, the way to do that in Windows anyway, is that you right-click on XAMPP, and when you see the option for the control panel, you right-click on the control panel again. And when that second time, you'll see an option that says run as administrator. This only works, of course, if you're actually the administrator, or if you have administrator privileges. If not, that won't work. I do, because this is my computer. So I tried that. I went and did that. And when I started, I still get the same error messages as when I try to start it, not being an administrator. So I already know that this first solution does not work, running XAMPP using administrator privileges. So let's go on to the second one. Restore your database backup. So I started to read something about this, but on Stack Overflow, but some of the people that were responding with this solution didn't really give a complete solution, so I'm going to try to go with this one instead. So what this one says is, if restarting XAMPP with administrative privileges doesn't solve the problem with your database, the next step is to restore its backup. XAMPP automatically creates backups for your environment software, which you can access within the folder where you installed it. So it says by default, your XAMPP MySQL backup file should be under local disk XAMPP MySQL. So I do have I navigated to my XAMPP folder here, and when I do that and I go to where it says it should be under the XAMPP folder, which is what I'm in right here, and then there should be a folder in here called MySQL. And here's a folder called MySQL. Okay. And then inside that directory, you'll see several folders, 2 of which are called data and backups. Let's see if that's true. Backup and one called data. Okay. The data folder includes all of the files that your that your database uses. The backup folder contains a single recent copy of your MySQL. Before you restore the backup files, use your XAMPP control panel to stop the MySQL software. You can do that by clicking on the stop button to the right of the MySQL option in the main menu. Okay, so let me make sure that that is stopped by going back over to XAMPP. All right, nothing is running. It is stopped. So that's good. All right, and then once I stop it, it says return to your XAMPP folder to restore the MySQL backup. Change the name of the data folder to anything else, such as data-old. Then rename the backup folder to data. That's it. So it's telling me to change the name of, I guess, the database file information to something else and then rename the backup folder. And I feel like I probably should not do that, because then what if something happens to that backup folder? I'm going to make a copy of that backup to my handy dandy flash drive, just in case. I mean, I could probably just as easily reinstall it, right? Let's just go ahead and do it. Pull a whole Thelma and Louise on this, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. So, okay. So it says, let's go here and see what it does. So it's telling me to change the name of the data folder to anything else, such as data-old. Okay, I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to rename that folder to data-old. Okay. And now, then it says, then rename the backup folder to data, and that's it. So I'm going to rename the backup folder to data. To play it safe, we recommend you keep the data-old folder around until you make sure everything is working properly. At this stage, you can return to the XAMPP control panel to restart MySQL, which should be running correctly now. So let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true. Let's go back to XAMPP. Let's start that bad boy and see if it works. Okay, that solution seemed to work. I knew there's a reason why. I always love this website, Kinsta, so I'm going to be including a link to this article in the description for this video, because I just realized that I forgot to put it when I set up the video. So just so you know, that is the solution. That is a solution. You can go to the XAMPP installation folder, go to the MySQL backup, change the name of the data folder to something else, such as data-old, and then rename the backup folder to the word data. Then restart MySQL from the XAMPP control panel, and it works. That worked for me. And so I'm going to end this lesson on how to fix that issue. And now the real lesson is coming. The first real lesson is coming on SQL now that I got it working again. All right, so thanks for your patience. And if you had that issue, I hope that that was helpful for you. See you in the next lesson.